Hello everyone, welcome to Abhyas IAS Academy. So as you know that Prime Minister Modi ji has decreased his convoy size to 50%, and along with that today the news has come BJP CMs in various states has also decreased their convoy size. And these 7 important appeals of the government of India which was pronounced by the Prime Minister Modi ji, you have also seen. All of these measures are called as austerity measures. Austerity measures are basically taken to avoid any crisis. So here the measures are taken in order to avoid oil crisis. That's why you can classify these into economic austerity measures, where Prime Minister Modi ji, the CMs of BJP states and also the people are slowly following what? Non-use of fossil fuels and moving towards electric vehicles, moving towards work from home, not buying the gold, etc. so and so forth. And if we don't buy that petrol and diesel, then what could be alternatives energy, the sources we are having? That is important. So one topic has been there and the government of India also prioritizing it. That is called as coal gasification. Coal gasification. So what you can see here, what is coal gasification? Can it cut India's fuel imports? So if we go towards coal gasification process, can we cut the imports of oil in our country? So nothing bad, we are here expecting the coal gasification should be an alternative, a substitute fuel for the oil imports in our country. So if we move towards the coal gasification, can we decrease the oil imports? This is a topic of discussion. What it is, what is our target, why we are promoting all of that. Very important for the prelims and also for the mains examination. So let us start the discussion. Okay, right. In all the major and leading newspaper, this is a topic we are having. So let us understand it one by one. So here is the Union Minister, you can see Ashwini Vaishnav said that coal gasification could bring in ₹3 lakh crore of investment. If India opens up this particular sector, it will bring 3 lakh crore rupees of investment, which is a very huge amount. Remember this point, okay? Now you might have heard this, that you have the energy, you have the oil, petrol is underground, diesel also underground, kerosene is also underground, all together is coming out in the form of crude oil. You are having coal is there underground, LPG is there underground, natural gas we call it as, right? So an energy source buried underground literally has returned to the policy spotlight of the government of India. An energy source which we have not harnessed that much, an energy source which has been untapped for many decades. Okay, now it has come to the spotlight because of the various austerity measures announced by the government of India and also to cut down the dependency on imported fuel. The Union Cabinet of India cleared 37,500 crore support scheme for the coal and lignite gasification. So in the examination, if they ask you that coal gasification has been prioritized, it means wrong. Coal and lignite gasification has been pushed in the policy of the government of India. It is not just coal. Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said the plan could crowd in 3 lakh crore rupees of investment. Okay, the timing of announcement of this particular new energy policy is not accidental. Okay, it has been, why? Because oil supply chains are continuously under stress because of the closure and opening of state of home rules, okay, which has been controlled by the Iran again and again. So that is the reason we are also seeing in our local places, in the local areas also, sometimes you are seeing the petrol stations are closed, sometimes you are seeing the petrol stations are open, right? So this is why this is happening, because global supply chain is getting disrupted again and again because in Israel, Iran and US war and closure of Strait of Hormuz, which actually accounts for 20% of world crude oil trade. The government of India looks to secure supply chains in future also in India, and Indian economy should be secured, should be sustainable. Okay, relying on only that particular fuels will disrupt our economy, will make it more difficult. That is also possible. It's also chalking out a long-term strategy is there. long-term strategy India is chalking out or making a long-term strategy to reduce energy dependency. By giving a push to this policy, in its search for energy sources, that India is searching for energy sources, the government has decided to turn domestic coal, which is abundance, into gas. Okay, chemicals and fuels that India currently imports at high cost. Okay, so we are having coal. With the help of coal, we can make it washed, we can make into gas, we can make into chemicals, we can make into various fuels, but still we are not using the technology. Now let us talk about what is coal gasification. Okay, contrary to the name is not like converting coal into gas. It's not like that. Contrary to that, it is a process which suggests coal gasification does not involve burning coal and producing of gas. It heats crushed coal with limited oxygen and steam at very high temperature and pressure. So in coal gasification, the coal will be subjected to high heat, very less amount of oxygen will be given, okay, and very high temperature and pressure the coal will be subjected to. The moment that will happen from that particular coal, a gas comes out that is called as syngas. Basically, it is mainly composed of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Syngas can then be converted into methanol, ammonia, urea, important for our agriculture sector, synthetic natural gas, important for our gas cylinders, commercial cylinders, hydrogen is also important, okay, liquid fuels and chemicals. So the moment you subject to the coal with all those conditions, so you can able to produce these number of products which are game changer with regard to our problems of petrol and oil imports. That's how, in effect, coal becomes a substitute for imported natural gas and petrochemical feedstock. Petrochemical is nothing but petroleum derived some derivatives, some products are called petrochemical stocks. Coal gasification, why this matters? This is important again. Okay, coal gasification, why this matters? India's import bill is repressible. Okay, we purchase lots of LNG, methanol, ammonium nitrate, and 2.77 lakh crore rupees we are investing. Okay, we have already spent 2.77 lakh crore rupees in the financial year 2025 on the import of these products, which we can easily derive from our coal, which we are having abundant. Coal gasification directly targets this bill. So we want to decrease this bill. That is what we are going to target now. Clear? Now let us see the products that we will get and how we can substitute the import bill of us. Okay, LNG, if you're going for the coal gasification, 50% of import dependency is there. Okay, power, our city gas industry depends upon what? LNG. Urea dependency is 20%. White matters means fertilizers. Ammonia dependency 100% import. Ammonia will do. If coal gasification happens, we can make fertilizers and chemicals from that particular process also. Methanol, 80 to 90% import dependency is there. Methanol is one of the important to use in what? Chemicals and to make some other fuels. In all of these much import dependency is there. We can solve this import dependency with the help of what? Coal gasification. With the help of coal gasification. Remember this point. It is also worth mentioning, you can see here, it's not just 2026 that we are actually promoting the coal gasification. The Ministry of Coal already began its first underground coal gasification pilot project in Jharkhand to tap the such reserves. The project shows very promising result and it may generate lots of derivatives, lots of products that can help India to easily support the goals of what? Less import dependence. So India is having, if you see that, India is having coal resources, 401 billion tons of coal is there, very. 401 billion tons, when means 1 ton, you count for billion times, that much coal we are having. Lignite reserves are 47 billion tons. Annual coal use is just 1 billion tons. Coal share in the primary commercial energy, whatever we are seeing in our home, etc. so and so for commercial 55%. Okay, only Rest is supplied by other solar, okay, geothermal, hydel, etc. So and so forth. Nuclear is also there. Coal share in power generation is 72%. Coal production is 104, means 1000 million tons. Very, very less when compared to what billions we are having. Significantly, if you see, around 40% of India's coal is deep-seated, hard to mine also. And gasification can unlock this. However, gasification plants are very capital intensive and requires long visibility. Means to harness this particular coal gasification process, lots of money have to be put on for the human resource deployment, for the machineries that you need to use. So to mine it, it's a very, very costly process. What is the target of India with regard to coal gasification? India wants 100 million tons per annum. Every year, 100 million tons of coal gasification process to be done by 2030. This built on earlier steps. 2018, Talcher coal gasification, it is an area-based fertilizer announcement happened. 2020, incentives in commercial coal mining auctions happened. 2021, roadmap for coal-based hydrogen. Jan 2024, 8,500 crore support for the 8 projects. May 2026, the new, recently, just now, yesterday announced 37,000 crore for the coal and lignite gasification projects. So India is laying a very, very soft road with regard to coal gasification, and in future we will definitely harness, even though it is capital intensive, and I expect that in the next or in the interim budgets also there would be revised allocation for this particular coal gasification process. Okay, I hope this is all clear to you. Do join Abhyas IAS Academy on June 11th. A new UPSC Prelims Mains batch is going to start for 2026 to 2027. For more details, call to the number given below. This is me signing out. Have a nice day. Take care.